is Max Zimani. I was born in Zimbabwe and I came to Slovenia to study, which I did, completed my studies in computer science. Ever since coming to Slovenia, I was active in the field of the NGO sector actually. As a foreigner here, you are confronted with what one could call everyday racisms and other situations that make you think, what can I do about it? What can I do as a responsible member of this society to address these issues? And examples are, let's say, as a foreigner, if you look for an apartment in Slovenia, you are much more likely not to get it because of who you are, than if you are a local. And sometimes they tell you in your face that they will not give you the apartment. So this and many other reasons made me to be very active. The sole purpose of my activism is to try and change things for the better. I would not forgive myself if I were not to do something to address the situation. So Skukna was a product actually of a project by this other organization called Zavod Global. It's a project that was funded first by the government and by the EU for 3 years till 2015. But at the end of the project, we realized that we're doing so well, especially with caterings. And we had some reserve funds and stuff that we decided that we are going to actually open a full-fledged social business, a standalone social business that would have basically the same mission and vision as Skukna as a project. And so we did this, and ever since Skukna has been a standalone social business, registered as a social business, as a standalone restaurant. So the aim is still to increase the employability of migrants from the global south. That's why we have these cuisines from different parts of the global south. These are dishes that are prepared by chefs from different parts of the world. However, what is important to us today is that though there is still this social note, Skukna is a social business, we really strive for quality. We do not want the fact that we are a social business at all to be an excuse of any lack of quality. So really the main difference now between us and maybe the neighboring restaurant is that we retain our profits when we make profits and reinvest them into the business. Another one being that, okay, we have a more horizontal structure than, let's say, maybe a regular business. Here, actually, the voice of every member of the team does count. Currently, there are 10 people in the Skukna team. We have employees. We have people who are part of the team through different projects, especially projects funded by the Employment Bureau. And then we have volunteers. So this is the mix. So it's really like core employees, then volunteers, and people who are employed or are on trainings or traineeship, but funded by the Employment Bureau of Slovenia. We have people who have been here for a while now, so they no longer have the refugee status, including myself. I'm not a refugee. Actually, I never was a refugee, but I'm a migrant. So is the chef of the kitchen, and so four of our collaborators are different in this. Skukna is open to migrants, right? And it's open to refugees. In fact, today, we just signed a contract to engage one lady from Congo who has refugee status to be part of this Kukna team. And this is above all what we want to do. We also work on migration issues, especially through the many workshops that we either organize or attend or contribute to because of our individual experiences. And we also offer a platform for all organizations that work on the issue of migration to do some of their events here, or through other organizations like Sloga, where we are also very closely related with. Yeah? To me, Skukna is Trubarjeva, and I cannot imagine any more Trubarjeva without Skukna. We definitely fit into the street culture, and we are not only fitting, but we're also co-creating the street culture. Trubarjeva is all about otherness. It's all about difference. It's all about empowerment, and it's all about being proud of being different yet equal. Trubarjeva provides the spices of life that other parts of Ljubljana do not. It smells nice, and it also looks slightly different and cozy. It is really proof of how difference and otherness can actually enrich a street or a town, so to say. So yeah, Skukna is definitely a very proud part of the Trubarjeva story.
الحقيقة بدت إنه صار مجال إنه أجي على أوروبا أدرس. هذا الحديث من 50 سنة خلينا نحكي. واخترت يوغوسلافيا أيامها على أساس إنه سمعت إنه دولة تستقبل العرب بشكل رحب، ودرست وخلصت دراستي كمهندس وعملت المرحلة الثالثة طبعا. الحقيقة أنا كشخص بحب أطبخ وعندي هواية الطبيخ وبديش أمدح نفسي، بس بعمل أشياء جدا كويسة. وبالفعل بدأت في المشروع ومشي لأنه كان بدايتنا كانت صادقة، ومش الهدف الأساسي هو بس الفلوس، ولكن الهدف كمان إنه نقدم وجبة كويسة ومفيدة وبنفس الشيء لكل جيب للإنسان. فوجدنا استقبال أو قبول للموضوع بشكل جدا كويس.
I'm Hana Sha'ar, daughter of Abid Sha'ar. My father is from Palestine and my mom is from Slovenia. I was born here in Slovenia, and of course since I was child we had our family was we were grown, me and my sister, we were grown up in both cultures. In one way this affected us, me and my sister, on a way that now when we're adult we both live from this, have our business out of this. I started almost 20 years ago. I started with falafel business with my father. So my father, he did it on Arabian way, like, oh, we will make it tomorrow, no problem, we don't need papers, we don't need this. But of course this is Slovenia, and after 2 months we realized that one of us girls have to come to this business with father, and I made this sacrifice. When we started, people, they didn't know, and no one knew falafel. And we had quite some difficult time to promote it, to persuade people to try it. But everything what we did in this kitchen, we did really with heart, with a lot of passion for good food. And also we never took a shortcut. That's why I think this is the key of our success. So now, almost 20 years after, we're still here and running quite a strong business. When we started on Trubarjeva Street, I think we were almost the first one here on this street, and it was quite tough. I remember I was in early 20s then, and when I was working alone up in the service, I was afraid that the street was empty. I was afraid that some maybe weird guy or somebody comes in and I don't know, steal money or something. Really, I was alone after 10, 11, alone on the street. But I have to admit that after years, also with increasing tourism in Ljubljana, also we somehow attracted more people in this part of Ljubljana, and of course also other people that wanted to do the same business saw it. And after a few years, a lot of different cuisine different cuisine are open here on Trubarjeva Street. I need to tell this, it's important that since the beginning, not only in our restaurant but also in other, that when I talk with my colleagues, we all had the same problem. We had quite a big problem with finding a working force in this business. So now with this so a few years ago, when this crisis with migrants started, we were in one way lucky, because finally we could find a lot of people to work. And I have to admit that it was easier for us because I'm choosing people to work, but I know Arabian culture. I don't think that Arabian people are something, I don't know, something I don't know. So for me, it's comfortable to work. But perhaps if I'm one average Slovenian person that thinks that all Arabian people are terrorists, then also, of course, I understand that it's very hard. It should be very hard to find a job.
I am Dudu Bigahura Karabandwa. I come from Congo. I'm here since 1 year and 10 months. I come from that international protection. I studied, I'm an economist, and I come to continue or to stay, to recover my new life here in Slovenia. I'm studying because I have to update my knowledge. I should go to university, but no way, no more time, and some psychological problem. But I get some training in asylum procedure, and certainly those training will help me to do something. I'm looking for a job. That's my situation. The best, I see. That's one of organization who help migrants, and I went there for 2 trainings. The first I get was on entrepreneurship and business. It was how to make a business plan, how to perform your own job, to become your own leader of thing you can make. And it was very, very interesting because it mixed many, it was very interracial training, and it was helpful. Unless we should continue till to apply to make that job or to create our own enterprise, but Corona time arrived. The idea was there, but I'm in the process of my protection. I don't get again the status, and at that time I didn't get my work permit when I started. So after it, I get that work permit, and Corona time come. I get all law about the project I have. I don't know if they can remember, I worked on a project of a party boat. So all contacts about those one who have rented boats, they removed their boats because Corona time everything was down. So I changed alternatives. I want to look for job, but some condition also. It was very tough because the language was the first condition, and I perform my language at Azindom and other association who help to that basic. And also I take my time because to find the job was very, very serious. I changed alternative. I went to that village training. I already did it and I have my license. Now I study specific topic of Slovenian language about work of villagerists.